Okay, guys. We should be live right about now. Hello, guys. This is What About Nintendo. Hopefully everything's working. Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully my voice sounds good. Hopefully the music's good. But welcome back to the second episode of... We're not going to keep numbers on this, but it's just because it's the second one of Coffee Talk. Today we got some good news. We got some bad news. We got everything in between here, so... Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully everything's working. I see myself being live. You just sit down tight there, other self in the other dimension. You can just sit right there. How are you doing? Hello, Andres Restart. Hello, Vegeta-san. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I accidentally had it at 11:15 p.m. The thing is, like, I always stream like in the evenings for the most part. This is like the first time I'm scheduling things, like today and yesterday, the first time I'm scheduling things for the morning. Oh my gosh, my voice is still dead. But we got our coffee here today. It's coconut pecan. It's amazing. It's delicious. A little bit too much milk, a little too much sugar. It's a little too much more like Starbucks than actual coffee, but you know what? Starbucks is good, so. Oh, it's hot though. Excuse me, princess. Yeah, let me know if the audio quality was good. Last time I think the music was a little too quiet. Excuses, okay. So I think maybe I turned it up a bit, so maybe that's good. You guys let me know if you can actually hear the music or not, because last time I feel like you couldn't really hear it over my voice. I can turn that up, but it's fine. I guess we can just get right into it. Let's stop with the fluff here. We're just going to start with something just to get it out of the way. Nintendo Switch firmware has been updated to version 5.0.2. I actually need to be in this other section if you don't care about that. Not really a big deal. Like some people, you know, every time they see a Switch firmware, they're like, oh, it's going to be voice chat and it's going to be, you know, folders and it's going to be all this. And no, it's just general system stability improvements. So it's just, I mean, if you have these problems, it's great. Resolve an issue that caused motion controls to respond incorrectly when playing games that use the feature, and resolve an issue that user icons were recommended for friends to not display correctly. So fixed a little bit of that motion controls, fixed some user icons, nothing too big. We're just going to move right on into something people actually care about. Just wanted to let you guys know about that just because we can, I guess. I guess to get into a bigger topic, Dark Souls Remastered. Where is my Dark Souls picture? I actually don't have it. Dang, I suck at life. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Dark Souls Remastered has been delayed on the Nintendo Switch. Only the Nintendo Switch. Bandai Namco has said that, I'll quote them here, the release date for the Nintendo Switch version has now been pushed back to this summer. Additionally, the Solera Vestora amiibo has been postponed with the same time frame. So, bad news for Switch fans. I mean, if you're a PS4 and Xbox One or PC fan, they're all coming still out May 25th. But Nintendo Switch, I think arguably the one people were looking forward to the most, is being delayed to the summer. So, yeah, Dark Souls delayed. Majora's Mask, dude, yeah. That sweet, sweet Majora's Mask music, so good. So calming, but also eerie at the same time. It's great. But I'm not... I don't know what I think about this. I think there were other games that I was going to buy instead of this game anyways, like Hyrule Warriors. I wouldn't have been able to afford this game personally, and there's several other games going out around the same time period. I probably wouldn't have bought this till later, so personally it doesn't affect me, but I know a lot of real hardcore Dark Souls fans are upset. Andres, I saw you on Twitter like, oh no! You're gonna cry yourself to sleep? Oh no. Yeah, I am drinking the coconut coffee. It's delicious. Yeah, it's always sad to see things get delayed. And it's even crappier. They don't give us a reason. Like, what's the reason? Why? Why is it being delayed? Now, of course, there are the conspiracy theories where, oh, PlayStation paid them and Xbox paid them and somehow PC paid them. And or it's just like, oh, they're trying to make sure it sells in the other consoles because the Switch is gonna just dominate the universe if it came out at the same time. And just like all these conspiracy theories. And I'm pretty sure the reason is that it just wasn't... I think maybe they just wanted to smooth out the frame rate a bit more. Because that game is notorious for running terribly. So maybe they just wanted to make sure it ran on a rock solid 30 frames per second. They don't want to delay it a month or two. I don't think there's any big conspiracy theory to this. I think it's just simply that it wasn't quite ready. Wasn't quite up to par. They didn't want to, you know, take out a, you know, almost baked cake and give it to you when they could just bake it all the way. Take a, you know, a month or two and finish it up. So yeah, I'd iron out handheld mode performance. Yeah, I'd imagine. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Just like, you know, get the frame rate on there, especially, yeah, as you said, in handheld mode, I'd imagine. I still don't see, I mean, oh, this just makes me, like, so I'm so used to just how the crappy business practices. I was gonna say I don't see why they don't just release it and release a patch later, but that's just, maybe this is a good thing. Actual people, like, actual developers not, you know, been like, oh, we can release a unfinished game and throw a patch on it. Apparently I'm just so used to that, and I'm beginning to accept it in my mind, which is not good. I need to stop that. But yeah, I mean, they could have done the crappy thing, which is just be like, oh, here's the not done version of it, deal with it until we get a patch done. So I mean, then there, but at least you get the game. So it's just like, I don't know which one I would prefer, actually. But I don't know. It is unfortunate that they're having to delay it, though. May 25th, that seemed like a good release date for it, in my opinion. Hopefully it's not in July. July is just going to eat the universe. It's just going to destroy life. But enough Dark Souls news. Let's move on to the next thing, which is that NBA Playgrounds 2 has been confirmed for the Nintendo Switch. Got that NBA Playgrounds up on there. So, Saber Interactive has confirmed that NBA Playgrounds 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch this year, but we don't really have a, you know, concrete release date yet. But it's going to have all kinds of new features, online and local multiplayer game modes, as well as new courts from playgrounds across the world. So, let me just read out some things that they're doing. Playgrounds Championship mode introduces a new worldwide league system, featuring multiple competitive solo and co-op divisions ladders for players to climb. Season mode is a new single-player experience that recreates the feeling of leading a team through the regular season, playoffs, and ultimately the NBA Championships itself. There's also improved matchmaking with dedicated servers. That's really nice. The arrival of 4-player online matches, the return of 3-point contests, custom matches, and more. Pick your team and play without limits. NBA Playgrounds 2 continues to feature the sport's biggest players front and center. The game will launch with a massive roster of over 200 current and retired NBA players, including Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden. I don't care to read through all those, but there's a lot. There are new moves and power-ups to bust out, improved AI, and new player models and animations. So, I guess that just, I kind of wanted to lead, you know, bad news to good news, you know. A delay, you know, you got to balance that out with a brand new game. So, I've heard really good things about the original NBA Playgrounds. First, I'm not a big basketball fan, but I mean, this sounds good. Like, they're adding a lot of stuff. It sounds like 200 players. I don't know how much the other one had, but that's a lot of players. I gotta say, that is a lot of players. Yeah, sometimes it's good not to rush. Look at Sonic. Oh my gosh, Sonic Forces was, oh, that game was something else. So quite a bit of games to get to anyways. ARMS, Bayonetta 1 and 2, Resident Evil 7, God of War, Shadow of the Colossus, and I suppose Hyrule Warriors in May. Yeah. No, I don't pay attention to the NBA at all. I do not. I do not even care. I just want to talk about it because I assumed you guys would be able to let me know if that's good or not. Like, is that good? Like, it sounds good. Like, they got improved matchmaking. They got dedicated servers. They got 4-player online matches, 3-point I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they're adding here. I don't know. But no, I don't pay attention to the NBA at all. Screw the NBA. Who needs them? But, I mean, are you guys hyped for this? You guys, do any of you actually care? Because I'm not gonna pick this up. It's cool that it's coming to the Switch, like a more third-party, you know, support. But I mean, the first one already came to the Switch. Looks hilarious. It's cheaper than the NBA game. Costs like $70. It's good, but you're not interested in playgrounds? Okay. So Vegeta-san seems like he's interested, but Andre's like, I don't know about this chibi basketball stuff. I don't know, man. Their faces look weird. Yeah. I guess we'll move on to the next thing, and that is something I'm personally very interested in, and that is Square Enix talks about the delay behind Dragon Quest XI on the Nintendo Switch. Which I'm really looking forward to this game. I mean, let's look at it for a second. Look at it. Is it beautiful? It's like Breath of the Wild if it was made for the Switch. I said this yesterday. But we got some even more information about it, other than the fact yesterday we got that it was based on the PS4 version. Today, we're getting a little bit more about why it's delayed. So, hopefully there's actually good... I forgot to turn that off. Where's the button? There it is. Alright. So Square made a statement to the press recently mentioning that the development of the Switch version will take a long time. This is a question being asked to the developers of Square Enix of Dragon Quest XI. Could you give us any more information about the stage of development the Switch version is, and possibly quantify this long time a bit more precisely? So, Square Enix says, unfortunately we can't quantify the time frame yet based on the current situation, but we can let you know what we're currently doing. To give you some background, we were initially developing 11, when we were initially developing 11, we did not have the Switch version in our we did have the Switch version, excuse me. We did have the Switch version in our outlook for the platforms we wanted to release the game on. That being said, at the moment in time, the SDK, or Software Development Kit, for the Nintendo Switch was not ready, which means we could not start working on the port of the game. Now that the SDK is ready and the engine supports it, we were able to start working to support that version of the game. That being said, the version of Unreal Engine 4 that supports the Switch is actually a version that's higher than what Dragon Quest XI was built on. So that means we need to upgrade the engine, and that comes with a slew of issues. Right now we're in the midst of resolving all those issues. Of course, we did consider bringing the Switch version out at the same time as the PS4 and PC versions, but that meant since we don't have a precise outlook on the development timeframe, we still believe it's going to be a long way out. We wanted our consumers in the PS4 and PC to experience the game overseas as soon as possible, which is why we're leading with the release of those platform versions in September. So it seems that apparently the version, as he said, of Unreal Engine 4 is very different. It was a very much older version because this game started development a while back. And the version that's better supported, that would run better and make it look better, is an older version, so they need to upgrade. I imagine they could probably put this version on, but it might not run as well, it might not look as good, and stuff like that. So I kind of am glad that they're taking their time to actually, you know, upgrade the version of the engine that they're using for Dragon Quest XI, you know, rebuild the coding of the game a bit, make sure it actually runs really well on the Switch, looks as good as it can. So, personally, I mean, I'm in favor of this delay just because I feel like if they tried to just force support on it, it would run terribly. It'd be like Dragon Quest Warriors or whatever it is. I don't remember what that game is called, but like the Warriors type game, but for Dragon Quest Heroes, I think, 1 and 2, that was on the Switch, and it ran like absolute garbage. So I imagine that's probably how Dragon Quest XI would have run if they were trying to shove it out in September. So to delay it to get it to run really well is better in my opinion. But what do you guys think? You like real basketball? Yeah, I can see that point. You do like NBA 2K? Yeah, NBA 2K ran really well on the Switch, unlike a certain other game and the 2K released. Dragon Quest! It's amazing! Everyone loves Dragon Quest! It's so good! Yeah. What do you guys think? Are you thinking this is all bullcrap, or are you thinking like this is a good reason? In my opinion, seems like a pretty good reason, but what are you guys thinking here? Drink a little bit of coffee here. I always get cold, like trying to drink coffee and talk. It always gets cold. Yeah, I agree, Vegeta. Too many expectations. This game is supposed to be like super good, so I want to play it in the best way possible, and I don't want them to like be like, oh, here's a really crappy version here. Although I'll probably pick it up on the PC just because that's my like third party, you know, system of choice. And I think it will look really, really good on my PC. So I'm hyped for the PC version, but, you know, for those who go on the, you know, they go out a lot. Pretty much the only time I leave the house is when I go on runs or I go to the store. Like, that's it. So, personally, I don't leave the house much. So, I always play on my PC, but even so, I don't want to see, I'm very interested to see what the Switch can do with this game. Because I feel like this game is kind of a lot, like, as I said, it looks a lot like Breath of the Wild. I mean, just look at it. It looks very similar to Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways, but it has a lot better graphical fidelity. It's a lot cleaner look. It's got higher resolution, things like that. So, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we could see, you know, the next Zelda game that looks more like this. More special effects, you know, just look at the trees. You can see the individual leaves are in like clusters and they're not less like flat images like they're in the Switch. Different things like that. You know, the texture seems to be sharper. The game seems to be at a higher resolution. Things like that I think we could see in the next Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I'm very interested to see, you know, how this game could look, because I think that's also going to give us an insight on how the next Zelda game may look. It may not. It may come out and just be nothing like it, but I feel like it maybe can give us an insight on that just because they're pretty similar there. So that's just my mind. That's just my thoughts, but, you know. No, stay loyal to Nintendo. I love their first-party games, but honestly, I just have a much better way of playing third-party games. Let's move on to the next one. We'll go over this one pretty quickly. This one isn't anything too big. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is going to get a special edition. In fact, this was actually leaked by Amazon of Italy. So, as you can see here, there is going to be a special edition. It's going to come with some stickers. It's going to come with a keychain if the picture will hurry up, and there it is. It's going to come with these stickers. It's like a whole like sticker page. I think the next one should be a keychain. There it is. It's going to come with this funky colored keychain. And just like, it's not going to be much more. It's going to come in that cool case as well, right here. So it's not really going to be much more. Apparently it's going to be like $5, $10 more for the special edition. So it's not. It's going to be pretty cheap compared to, you know, the normal edition. But it is going to be a bit more, and it comes with this stuff. I personally, I'm not going to buy Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze until it goes on sale, because I already had it on the Wii U, and there's not really anything they're adding. If they had like a whole new world, or, you know, world or two that they were adding. Let's move this over real quick, if I can. Here we go. If there's like a whole new world or something they were adding, I might care. You know, just get rid of it. But it's just the same game I've already played in 1080p, which is fine. That's an amazing game. If you haven't played it, definitely check it out. But I'm definitely not getting this freaking sticker and keychain back. That's so stupid. The game case doesn't even look that cool in my opinion. Like, it really doesn't. So, I definitely do not care about this, but looks cool. But you also had it on the Wii U? Yeah. I mean, the game is really, really, really good. I mean, just masterclass 2D platformer. But I've already played it like a bunch on the Wii U, and it's not really anything new. But yeah, for sure, if you haven't bought this game, pick it up. But if you have bought it, I probably wouldn't buy it again. I'm not gonna buy it again. But on to the next one. That was just a quick little thing. We're gonna be talking about No More Heroes. No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again, even. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. These people got the name wrong here. But apparently, the game is going to be deeper than it looks. So let's read some stuff about it. This was a interview provided by Reset Era member Dream Boehm. Not sure if Dream Boehm, that looks like how you pronounce it. And they talked directly with, I assume, Suda51. So here we go. Some misconceptions about the game. So the game is a spin-off. Some people think it's like No More Heroes 3. It's not. It's a spin-off. It's a different style from No More Heroes 3. Said he already has the outline of No More Heroes 3 in a previous interview. The team size is smaller than No More Heroes 1 and 2. And it's an indie-style developed game. As one of Smash's next characters. Maybe. That could happen. But as far as the combat goes, Travis has access to a weak attack, a strong attack, and a jump attack. They didn't mention it, but gameplay also shows he has access to different skills, as well as a running slash. So Travis and Badman will have completely different skill sets, and you can do a 2-player special attack. They also give some stuff on levels and story. It will focus on the relationship with Travis, the hero of No More Heroes, and Badman, the father of Bad Girl, which I believe was a villain from one of the older No More Heroes games. So you can find new routes in the level, some that make the game more difficult when you find them. So apparently there's secret routes that are more difficult than the normal ones, more challenging but also more fun, if you like that kind of stuff. If you find certain areas within the levels, it will give you the option to do harder levels. So apparently you can unlock different levels that are even harder if you find certain secret areas within levels. Playing as Travis or Batman will give a completely different story to follow. So apparently there are actually two stories in the game. One that you play when you play as Travis, and one when you play as Batman, which I think is really, really cool. That's two stories in one. That's gotta be good. So the camera will change based on parts of the level, so it won't always be a top-down view, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will go back to the No More Heroes 1 and 2 style of camera controls. While it was known that the game had a cameo from the Silver Case, Suda confirms there will be a crossover with the Silver Case. I'm not really sure who that is, but if you guys know No More Heroes, you should know who that is. So the idea behind the game is to make it kind of like Smash TV that he played as a kid. There are a lot of indie influences such as Hotline Miami, which we already knew. First game he directed since No More Heroes 1, says he's closer to his small staff, around 10 people. This game is made with 10 people, folks. But they also talk about a possible No More Heroes 3 or another spin-off. So Suda says he has the idea of a game starring Shinobu in mind that he had already shared with journalists back in 2011. We're not really sure if this is No More Heroes 3 specifically or another spin-off in the franchise. So it seems he has quite a lot going here, and even plans for expansion in the future with maybe perhaps No More Heroes 3, which he definitely says he wants to make, and perhaps even another spin-off after that. Yeah, only 10 people. That's absolutely crazy. So, personally, I know I haven't played No More Heroes 1 or 2, so I'm not too excited for this. I hope they release like No More Heroes 1 and 2 HD or something before this game comes out, and I'll check those out before deciding if I want this. But, I mean, it looks cool, but it's just like there's so many other games that I know I'm going to enjoy that I probably won't end up picking this up. But it looks like it's going to be really good. Even though it's not exactly like No More Heroes 1 and 2, I think it's going to be something really cool that a No More Heroes fan, I think, will really enjoy. And apparently, if that sells well, they really want to make a No More Heroes 3. So, if you want No More Heroes 3, make sure to pick up that game. But the next topic here, we'll see if it's the last topic or not. But Nintendo Europe shows off a station in Splatoon 2 Octo-Expansion. So we have new pictures. That is Octopath, not Octo. Here we go. Two different Octos that I got confused with. But they showed off a new part of the Splatoon 2 Octo-Expansion. I am super hyped for this. These screenshots get me even more hyped. There's all kinds of, there's like a freaking, ring pop in the background. What's with that? But I love the fact they're going with, this train yard style and stuff. So, it's really cool. But more information is released, not anything massive, but apparently each station will provide Agent 8 with a new challenge. For example, clearing a certain stage using only special weapons, which I think is I think that would just be super fun. I love the modes in games like Halo where you use only the rocket launcher, or like Fortnite, they're having this big thing where you use just explosives and stuff, and I think that'd be really cool. Going in with, only special weapons, I think would be really, really fun. But this station is the Deep Sea Metro. So what you're seeing right now is the Deep Sea Metro. I think it looks really cool. I love the, just train aesthetic they're going for. It's just awesome. I love, the LED lights in the background and stuff like that. I don't know what's up with the ring pop. There's always weird things floating in the sky in Splatoon. It's just what are these? Why is this here? I do not understand. But personally, I think it's looking really cool, and I cannot wait to actually play this. On my Switch, I'm definitely getting the DLC. They should have a mode where you just use the reset button. I don't understand what you mean. The reset button. What's the reset button? I don't understand what that is. I'm sorry. It's probably something that I really should know, but it's just going right over my head because it's so early in the morning. My brain's not fully functioning. Well, it's not that early, but it's actually almost 12, so it's not that early, but Yeah, something. I'm completely thrown off now. I'm just gonna move on to the last topic. I was debating whether or not to have this one. I was pretty much only gonna include this one if we had enough time, but I think we have a bit of time here left over. So we're gonna talk about more about the Dreamcast here. So Sam Mullen from Sega and Atlas says if you want Sega Ages, Saturn, and Dreamcast games, then tweet at Sega. So they say, I see a lot of peeps here saying Sega should do this, or Sega should do that, but you are all just talking into a vacuum. You want Sega to know what you think? Tweet them. Post on their Facebook page. Post anywhere where Sega has an online presence. That's how they listen. So apparently, if we want Dreamcast games, what he's saying is, we have to tweet at them. We have to bug them. We have to yell at them. We have to scream and cry and whine and make sure they know that we want these Dreamcast games. And this is kind of something I've talked about before, and I think Will the Deity mentioned this yesterday in the podcast, but this I think is a problem. Like, I just don't like the fact that people are like, oh, you people want these things that, you know, we obviously know you already want, but you're gonna have to tweet at us. You're gonna have to make sure to retweet all our tweets and like all our tweets and tweet at us and get us in all the news posts and be on the front page, and then we'll give you Saturn and Dreamcast games if you're lucky. And it's just like, how about you obviously know that we want this. You know it. You do. You know we want these things, Sega. You literally just said, oh yeah, we hear you. You want these things. Oh, but please tweet at us and make sure we're in the news all the time. And it's just like, okay, but why don't you just give us the thing that we obviously want? Or, you know, ask in an actual normal way, like, you know, a poll, or like, you know, those things they send out, like, oh, what are those called? You know, when they send you out things and you fill them out and you're like, oh, I want such and such thing. I don't know exactly what they're called, but it's just like, why? Sounds like good advertising, dude, I know. So, Nintendo systems used to have a reset button on the console. It was a joke. Oh, yeah. I remember the N64 had that, and so did the GameCube. I don't think they've had one in a while, though, have they? No, it's been a while. I just forgot that those existed. I've owned like 3 systems that had those, and I didn't even remember. It does sound like good. Will, we love you. Yes, everyone loves Will. This is the second time in a row on Coffee Talk people that I brought up Will, or somebody in the chat has brought up Will. Will's just too popular, man. He's just too good. But personally, I just have a problem with this. I don't know what you guys think, but I just find it really annoying when companies are like, oh yeah, we hear that you want these things, but, you know, to really let us know, send us these tweets and make sure we're trending on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure we're the front page of all the news sites, but then we'll give you what you want. And it's just like, but that's stupid. Getting us to tweet about it only helps them, though. It spreads the good word. Yeah, it does help them. It's just like, that's the thing. Like, it's not consumer friendly. It doesn't actually help us. Like, they want us to think that. They want us to think, oh, if you tweet these things, it will help you get these games that you want. But really, they're probably already coming anyways. So pretty much all they're doing is like, hey, you know how to get some free advertising? We can make all these people who really want our stuff beg and plead on Twitter, and we'll get all the views. We'll get all those people making, you know, news videos and videos on their news sites. We'll get all the stuff. No, it doesn't hurt us. It's just annoying. I don't think this is like the worst thing in the universe. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, like, it's stupid. Like, it's unnecessary. Why do we have to do these things? You're not being... The problem isn't that we're having to tweet. The problem is that they're making us do that even though they already know that we want that. The problem is that they're not being transparent. They're pretty much lying to our faces and being like, give us free advertising. Pretty much they're twisting their fan base in order to get free advertising. If you want us to advertise your stuff, just say, just if we like it, we'll advertise it. Like, you don't have to twist ours. Yeah. You don't want to pay taxes. I think that's a lot different than taxes. Apparently he gets me. He knows what's up. Hopefully. Hopefully my point got across. I know it's not the worst thing ever to tweet. I'm just like, I wish companies would just be more transparent in the way that they talk about things. Instead of being like, oh, maybe you'll get this, and maybe if you really beg good enough, and you really kiss our butts good enough, and you really say about how amazing we are enough on Twitter, then we'll give you what you want. And just like, or you just give us the thing we're already trying to pay you for and keep you in business, and then, you know, you could just do the thing. A modern Dreamcast of the SNES released last year? You mean like an SNES Classic? You mean like a Dreamcast Classic? I think they could. Honestly, they could probably release a Dreamcast Classic. People would buy it. I don't think it would sell nearly as well as like the SNES Classic, but I think it could work. Like, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, as long as it's actually quality like the SNES Classic and not like that Genesis piece of crap they have out right now. Oh my gosh, I have one of those. Actually, I have one of those like right down here. Maybe I don't. I have one, I just don't know where it is. It used to be down there, but it's absolute garbage. Like, it really is. It's like these crappy wireless controllers that are infrared, so you have to have it pointed directly at the system at all times, otherwise it won't work. Like, if you play like this, it won't work. You have to play like this constantly, like this. It's the most annoying bull crap in the universe. But anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much all for this. Unless you guys have any more things to point out about this, I don't have anything else to say. I just wanted to say that it's kind of dumb that they're making us do this, even though they obviously already know that we want it and we're willing to pay for it. So I just think if they want advertising, just say, hey guys, if you like this stuff, make sure to like and retweet. Like, just be transparent about what you want. Because Sega fans are going to do it. If you ask them, they're going to be like, hey, oh yeah, I love Sega, I want to help them out, let's like and retweet so people can see these games and help out my, favorite company, if Sega's your favorite company for some reason. I mean, rich companies just do that instead of being like, oh, but, we'll give you this game if you, no, just stop. Coffee got cold? A little bit, it's a little cold. It's still fine. I heated it up extra before this. But it's been 30 minutes, so yeah, it's a bit cold. So this one actually went way longer than I thought. I thought this one was going to be short. Yesterday when I was preparing this, I was like, there's not that much news. And all of a sudden, like today, just news just, it came out, and it's even longer than yesterday's. But I think it went really well. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining in the conversation live. If you guys aren't here live, make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. I always love to hear all what my subscribers' opinions and ideas and different outlooks and takes on things are, and I'll make sure to comment back on all of those comments. Anyways, guys, if you liked this live stream, make sure to like and subscribe for more live streams like this Monday through Friday, and gaming live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and videos, a lot of content these days, typically Monday through Saturday. Anyways, guys, I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. What do you guys have to say? Final thoughts. Andre's so cool. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I see it. A remote with a screen on it. Still sad about Dark Souls. Oh, final RIP Dark Souls. Oh wait, it's still coming out. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye.